So tonight I won't really be, talking about charts that much. I'll just be showing you guys what we have, you know, in development, right? So we partnered with WAP, you know, which is, bit easier for me. Well, it has, made life easier for me and for them, of course, as well. So you guys can see my screen. This is the new hub, right? That we have, you know, in development, right? So I believe that this should be up and running within, well, for sure, before the end of this month, according to, the execs at WAP, right? So I was going to, right? I was in the middle of, right, building this myself, building my own website, but then, I told them that I was, going to do this, and then they said that, bro, we already have this, right? We're trying to do this right now, and if you could just give us, feedback on, tell us what we should put there, like what we should put, within this specific feature, right? And I think this is a big thing, right? Because you guys can see my screen, right? Let me know that you guys can see like what I'm looking at. So again, this won't like be, situated around charts, right? I am not good at speaking, but I try sometimes, right? Forgive me. Anyways, so yeah. So apparently you guys will be able to, log in through WAP, and we will have a forum, right? And we will have a place where we will put all the videos, right? So you'll be able to watch all the videos through WAP, right? And if you just use your mobile phone, there will be an app for this as well, which is pretty interesting, right? I want to see, but this is the creators hub, right? So it will look pretty different, right, to you guys. This is just what is behind the scenes, right? So we'll have forum, right, where I will post things, and you guys will more than likely be able to like reply, comment underneath, right? And we will have a place where there will just be charts. Also, there will be somewhere for you guys, right? For us to, have live streams. And a lot of other, things will be there as well. But basically, you guys will be able to do everything and see everything that you guys see here on Telegram through WAP alone. So yes, it's basically, it's gonna be like what ICT's forum was, his private forum, what it used to be. If you were in his private mentorship, it will just be that on steroids and better. It will be secure. There will be no one that can leak anything. Right? You will not be able to clone this. If for anyone that has tried to clone, our chats or whatever it is, right? Everything will be straight through WAP. Literally, right? It'll be secure. If you screenshot something, we'll be able to see the screenshots. If you screen record something, we'll be able to see that you screen record something. You will have, specific, right, watermarks on each videos, which is totally connected to your account. So it will be near impossible. If someone is, going to break the security here, we need to see that so we can like strengthen that. So basically, we teamed up with, WAP, and WAP is doing a fantastic job, right? They're doing great things. They're going to take over the industry, to be honest, right? Every person that, provides a service will be flocking towards WAP, right? And we'll probably get into some charts tonight, to be honest, and talk about some other things, right? If you guys have questions or you want to ask, you can ask. Right, and for anyone that's watching this after, the recording was published, right? This was not something that's scheduled, right? This is just a random live stream. I just felt like excited. So about this, so I, came on and decided to show you guys what's happening behind the scenes, basically. That's it, basically. And remember, everything that's published so far, from me, right? It's just, remember, it's elementary. And yes, I know, oh my God, oh, is this elementary? This is good. This is amazing. I passed this fund account with this. I made this amount of money with this. And, it's basically just elementary. Everything that you've gotten so far it's not meant to, be above a certain, percent in regards to accuracy, right? So far, you guys have, you just have like 2 to 3 stages of, information, right? And the more stages you have, which, can go up to even 10, right? So ICT talks about P arrays, right? And, focusing on these things, you'll be like, okay, I need 3 and 4 P arrays, to have a, a good idea of when price will reverse, right? Right. But for me, I see things as, as they are, algorithmic, which is you wait for a listing, which is, for example, say you're waiting for sequential SMT on the monthly cycle, right? You're waiting for sequential SMT between 2 consecutive weeks, right? What would stage 2 be? Stage 2 would be sequential SMT between 2 consecutive days, right? And what would stage 3 be? Stage 3 would be a SMT fill, right? So that's 3 stages, right? And the more stages you have, right, the more accurate it would be, right? And, so far I have, price action models, which go up to even 10, right? So you have stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. What does that mean? Stage 1 is something that you're specifically waiting for. So, okay, I'm waiting to see SMT here. Stage 2, I'm waiting to see SMT here within this cycle as well. Stage 3, I'm waiting to see SMT here again. But stage 4, okay, I'm waiting to see SMT fill. Once that happens, then you have a setup, right? I want to stress the fact that whenever you have, higher time frame cracking correlations, that's when price will expand or reverse, more explosively. So, for example, the bottom of 4-year cycles will form between, SMT, which happens between 2 consecutive years. If you realize, whenever I refer to time, I'm saying consecutive, right? If it's not consecutive, it will not be of any effect, right? It will not be worth anything. It will not be worth your time to be looking at, right? You don't want to see SMT between the New York session and the afternoons you don't want to see SMT between the New York session and the Asian session, right? You want to see SMT between the Asian session and the London session, between the London session and the New York session, between the New York session and the afternoon session, between the afternoon session and the Asian session, right? That's what you want to see, right? And also, I've said this before, I need you to note it, right? We have, right, 13 weeks in each quarter of the year, right? And then times that by 4, what do you get? You get 52 weeks, which are in the year, right? Try to not focus on, with regards to this quarterly theory that much, right? You need to just be focused on the weeks. How much weeks are in the year? How much years are in a general cycle, right? And things like that, right? How much days are in a week, right? Now we are getting, into deeper stuff, right? Now we are like pushing quarterly theory away and focusing on what I would say just reality. What is there to focus on the data that matters, right? There are 5 trading weeks in. Okay, I'm going too far with that one. Let me just spilling too much beans. Okay, there are 13 trading weeks within a quarter, right? There are 52 trading weeks within a year, right? You need to just reflect upon the previous week. That's basically all you need to do, right? The previous year's high, the previous week's high, the previous day's high, the previous session's high, the previous 90-minute cycle's high. Not the one before the previous one. The immediate previous high of each, what do I say this? I don't want to say each quarter, because now we're going deeper than quarterly cycle. Now we're just dipping into doubling theory. Quarterly theory was just made to make you understand the factuality of price. Right? It was, my way of showing you that price is actually fractal. But it goes deeper than that. Quarterly theory is just the beginning. Of course, there's other stuff. It's a theory, which is just that. It's just a theory. But what is actually the, thing that, controls the markets? Like, why does the market turn? Yes, it's time, right? Time is, the most important thing. Time is behind everything in the markets, right? Time is cause, price is effect, right? When you have highs that were formed during specific time frames, right? During specific cycles, right? Specific quadrants of time, and they run out during a specific time where you have a news event during a specific quarter, right? And now I'm referring, right? When I say that specific quarter, I'm referring to the sessions, right? Because the sessions are important. The days are important, the sessions are important, right? That's where you will, be able to find your entries more times than not, right? That's like how you get really accurate, right? Focusing on sessions that have high impact news events, right? That's more than likely when you're going to have, or when you're going to see, the high of the day form. And it's basically as easy as that, looking at the economic calendar and seeing what it says, right? No, it's not, okay, can I be looking at the 15-minute time frame and just look at the previous consecutive high? No, it's time specific, right? We're dealing with years. The high and the low of the previous year, the previous consecutive year, right? Not the high, not just a random high or low that formed within that year or the year before that one. It has to be consecutive. If it's not consecutive, they need to look for the highest time frame that has a consecutive high or low for price to breach. So if you're looking at the yearly cycle and, oh my God, there is no high, right? Or for example, you're looking at the quadrennial cycle and there's no high for price to breach. Okay, now I'm going to go down to the yearly cycle. You go down to the yearly cycle. There's no high to breach, no low to breach. We are literally in, equilibrium between the high and the low. Then you go down to the monthly cycle. Now you find a higher or low. Then that is when you search for sequential SMT. It will, what you're looking for will not always be there. But you must understand that for you to even think about doing anything at all, for you to even have an idea, for you to even have a bias, you must have two data points in regards to time. You must have a higher time for sequential SMT and a lower time for sequential SMT. And that is the base of everything, which is literally just the base. That's not just, okay, it's here, this is, 100%. No. It's here, this must happen. No, it might, more than likely, due to the accuracy of, the things that we talk about here. But it's not the be all end all. But it's as close as, you can get. No, but a small amount of effort, right? Most times you'll see sequence SMT between the weekly cycle. And if you ever see sequence SMT between, for example, the London and the New York session, then more times than not, you'll have SMT fill after that. Then what happens after that? You have a A plus setup. A plus. Are you listening? Are you writing this down? You should be. And that's just 3 stages, right? That's just 3 stages. What did I just say? Sequence SMT between the weekly cycle. For example, you have sequence SMT between Wednesday and Thursday. Then you have sequence SMT between the London and New York session. Then you have SMT fill. That's what it is. Note that I am not talking about, oh, you need to wait for a price to get to this higher time frame PDRA. I am not talking about higher time frame PDRAs right now. We have passed this stage. We're talking about time. We're talking about time. Time is what's important. Previous consecutive highs and lows are important. Immediate highs and lows are where real liquidity lies. That's where price will reverse. Look at you can see my screen. I have the previous week's highs noted for the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ, right? So here we have the, right, previous week's high. Here we have Monday's low, right? So yes, this is a range right now, right? As you guys can see, we're, if price falls below this low, it doesn't fall below this one, that will be sequential SMT. Price runs to this high, or if it doesn't even fall below this low, runs to this high, we'll probably get a shorting opportunity. Why? Due to the fact that we, if it happens during this week, which is, Q4 of the month, then, right, we would have sequential SMT. That's the base of everything that we're doing right here. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys basically, what's on the way. We'll be able to, right here you can see my name, just lovely. I think I like my name. What do you think? My name's, it's okay. Have you seen my name before? Anyway, so I'll be able to like post something like, for example, just, who I am, focus here, then I'll just add a, layout of a few charts. And then you will be able to see this. And it will be, it will be better for you guys as, viewers. I'm seeing everything that's happening behind the scene. You will just get, the finished product, right? You'll have your phone, you'll be able to have your phone, turn notifications on, you'll see, just pop up, WAP, this, trader day, whatever it is. You check your charts, you'll see, right? And I think there will be, I don't know what this is, one-on-ones, or not sure what you have right here, but yeah. And currently working to, implement live streaming, right? So we'll be able to live stream here as well. So everything will be done here, but it will be, very, so people, are beginning to compare this with how ICT's forum was. It would be better, more modern, and a bit more secure. I'll be able to post charts, post the videos, here we have QT 2024, right? We'll be able to post, and I'll upload every single video, right? We will have, not sure what else we can add here, but, if you guys want to give, feedback, we'll have a community, of course, where everyone can talk. And just as how we have, somewhere for questions, a chat for, forex, futures, crypto, commodities, news, stocks, then it will be here as well. So I hope that, this makes you guys excited, because it does make me excited just for this alone. And I wish I had this when I just began, right? Someone like me just, helping me, right? If I just wish. But anyways, yeah, that's all that I wanted to say tonight. I hope that you guys, found something useful here. I did, give you guys a few gems, which I did not intend to. But anyways, tomorrow we have, news at 10 a.m. USD news, right? We'll see if that does anything at all, right? Today we can see that today was basically just chop, which is what we literally wanted to see. If you guys remember what I said, lackluster price action, there was no news, do nothing, right? And you guys can literally get that information by just looking at the economic calendar. Like right here, we had nothing, which, showed us that we should do nothing. So usually on a Monday, we have price being this shitty, but never, Friday did not make the high or the low. So due to the fact that, and listen right now, that Friday did not make the high or the low of the week, we, could not expect sequential SMT. And if you cannot expect sequential SMT, you cannot expect what? From what you can expect. Expansion or reversal. Right? And I'll leave you guys with that. I hope that you have a, wonderful night. It's pretty late. It's 11:01 p.m. Probably not going to go to bed right now, right? I am literally in the middle of writing, code, and I have, help from someone that has 12 years of experience. I think that he's, doing very well so far. He has, he's built something that, has had a 60% accuracy already with my work, and then I've tweaked it a bit, and we should be discussing it this Saturday, right? So that's something I'm looking forward to as well. But nice night, everyone, and I'll speak with you guys Wednesday. Bye.